Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Welcome to the channel. I'm just going to dive into the Cardano chart right now for you guys. Okay, so you can see we had that large correction on Bitcoin in the evening there, and you can see that it's dragged a lot of the alts down with it, and we have had quite a large correction, to be fair. Not as big as previous corrections. We do seem to have been bought up a little bit now on Cardano, which is really good. You can see that what we've done, we've got this support line here, as found by the late adopter. I'm calling this line the late adopter support line. As you can see, it's labeled up there, the late adopter support line, and previous in a long time ago it had to support, and now it's acting as support again, so it's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. You can see that it's got the bounce off the support line as well there, guys, okay, which is really good. So we had the wick down there, the bounce, and then the multiple touches there, support there, support there, support there, and now potentially looking at it being a really high strong level of support as well for Cardano. You can see in the RSI it's starting to curl upwards, so we look like we may have bottomed out, guys, okay, but always be wary of a larger correction, especially in Bitcoin. If that larger correction was to come for Bitcoin, then you would see Cardano correct even more. So at the moment what you're looking at potentially is a reversal, okay, a bottoming out of this particular correction, and then Cardano pushing back up. Okay, you can see there though, unfortunately, on the 4-hourly time frame, we have created something called a bearish cross. Okay, guys, you see that? That's a bearish cross, and when that happens, you do usually see a big sell-off, and lo and behold, we did get that sell-off. Okay, so Cardano did correct roughly from that bearish cross. You can see it did actually wick down to roughly 11%, but it's being brought back up now, and from the bottom, since it hit that bottom, that wick down there, it's currently 6% back up. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is a complete reversal. Okay, you may see a further sell-off of Cardano, and you may see it fall out of this support channel. Okay, that may be a potential, and the reason is because we do look like we are potentially forming something called a bear flag. Okay, so what happens is this breaks down like this, okay, and then we start to come back up like this, and that's called a bear flag. Okay, and usually what you see in a bear flag is a continuation trend. Okay, so the point at which you broke down and formed the bear flag, roughly like that, wherever you break out, you may see a further breakout. So say the bear flag moved up a bit in the price action, got towards this EMA, the yellow line there, hit its head on that and come back down, and then we broke back down from that level. You could be looking at a $1.01 Cardano token. Okay, and I would imagine there's a lot of support down there, guys, okay, but you would see us fall out of that support channel right now. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bearish, okay, because we can afford to fall out of that channel and come back up. You can see here, if we look to the left, it may potentially come down there because you've got that bottom there, you know, you've got that level of support, multiple touches there, and you've got that level there which acts as resistance there, fell back on it as support. So that is quite a really strong area to target. If Cardano was to break down any more, then I would expect that to be a really strong level of support, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do, get rid of this here, because the trouble is these bearish crosses, guys, we've got to be frank with you, these bearish crosses, get rid of that. These bearish crosses do give a lot of selling pressure to the downside. Okay, you do see usually a cascade of selling, and unless they get bought up or find some kind of structure. But you can see just there it happened there as well. Okay, we got that bearish cross, we pushed down, we found this support, okay, and then we bounced, come back up and formed a bullish cross, and you can see we pushed right up, and we nearly got up to that high there, guys, but we did get rejected. The only thing I would say about this move here, guys, you know, you got to be aware that this move here, this reversal here, and then this entire move, this was a hype. It's something called a hype move. This was called buy the hype, and then this occurred because it was called sell the news. So basically there was a lot of hype about Cardano going on Coinbase. Then when it actually went on, it wasn't flattering enough or something like that, and then obviously the news got sold. So you sell the news, so buy the hype, sell the news. So that was a particular good level of support because the hype set in. So, you know, you have to think about this now. Perhaps you may see that fall through and test this bottom again, because this support line might not hold up, guys. Okay, so this was a hype move. Okay, buy the hype, sell the news. So that's effectively what that was. So you could potentially see Cardano break down at this point. Not financial advice, guys, you know. If Bitcoin was to correct any further, then you would see us break down further as well, unfortunately, because alts follow King Bitcoin, unfortunately. Not many alts will stand aside from Bitcoin. They never do. So, and as Bitcoin finds its bottom and finds a level of support and consolidates before it refuels the rocket ships to move on again, then you would expect other cryptos to follow suit. Okay, we do have something in our favor, the stimulus checks. Okay, so I would imagine there's quite a lot of buying pressure in cryptos right now, and especially Cardano, seeing it is on Coinbase, and you know, you've got people in America with the stimulus checks looking to purchase crypto. So Cardano's very attractive for the stimulus check there, for people cashing in those stimulus checks and looking to invest. So, you know, in my opinion, I've spoken about it before, I do believe that the lower cap and the cheaper cryptos are potentially more appealing to those with the stimulus checks than necessarily Bitcoin, because as human beings, we do like whole numbers, and you know, a stimulus check isn't going to get you one whole Bitcoin, is it? You know, you might get one Ethereum, you may get, you know, God knows how many Cardano, but a human being, they want more than one, obviously, or a whole number of one. So I do believe, given that psychology, that you may see the people investing in those mid blue chip to low cap coins on Coinbase, or wherever they decide to put the stimulus check. So it's got that going for it over Bitcoin, to be honest with you. And that might coincide with this alt season that we have been targeting in the channel here, guys. Okay, in the Bitcoin dominance, where it's lost its dominance, and then it'll cool off, and then you'll see the alts rally. So that may potentially be on the card. So you could potentially be looking at this reversal now, standing steady ground for Cardano and moving on. But what you do need to see, guys, if you're going to come to the charts and lay out your own charts here, the link to the charts is in the video description. Yeah, it's TradingView. You click on there, you go to the ticker $8 click 4-hour log auto, and it will sort itself out for you guys. Okay, just untick auto, and then you can drag your chart around like that. So just draw this line in. It's a late adopter line there. It's really easy to do. You just stretch it out like this and drop the line in, and then you can see where the levels of support are. But what you can do as well is drop the EMAs in here, guys. Yeah, so you go to indicators, you search EMA like this, EMA, and it's a moving average exponential. You drop it in, and then what you do, you go to the settings cog, okay, and you change it to 20, the inputs to 20, style whatever color you want it to be. Mine is yellow. And then you drop another EMA in, and you go to settings, and you set the input as 55, okay, and then the style whatever color you see. You'll see a lot of crypto YouTubers and technical analysis have like multiple ribbons in. Call these ribbons EMA, exponential moving averages. You see them drop a lot in, but I find them too confusing. I don't like too much to look at. I just find that these two work beautifully for me. You know, I'm able to tell the story with them, and that it works for me perfectly, because you know, you'll see the cross, price action up, you'll see the cross down, price action down. Okay, and it's just really easy to find levels of support. You can see that when it comes up, it's hitting its head, caught in a downtrend. When it gets above, back test it, support. You see that back test there on the yellow line, back test support, form the bullish cross, away it went again, comes back down, bounces off it, loses it, you've gone bearish. Okay, so like I said to you yesterday, you're bullish on the bullish crosses. Okay, when you form the bullish crosses, okay, which we formed just there, when you form that bullish cross, you're bullish. Until you form the bearish cross, you're bearish. So at the moment, on the 4-hourly, we are bearish. Okay, so I just want to make you aware of that. On the 4-hourly, we are bearish for Cardano. And what you're potentially looking at is a retest of these EMAs. So this EMA will come down like this. You'll see the price action hit its head and potentially pushes down towards these support levels here, possibly taking us down to this level of support here, which is a really strong level of support, as you can see. So something else I like to look at as well, guys, okay, is the PVPR. So what we're going to do is drop that in, and as you can see, it drops that to the right. Okay, and what that can give you is a level of resistance and support. So as you can see at the moment, this, where it sticks out a lot, there was a lot of trading volume there. Okay, and that's literally where we are now. So you can see it's hovering around there as resistance. Okay, so it's struggling to get above it. Once it gets above it, okay, you can see the holes in this. Where there's holes, that means you'll see it literally just go to the next level of resistance there. So if it was to get above this now and get through these EMAs, you would potentially see Cardano move up and make that high there. Okay, so what you can do, you can drop these levels in your charts as targets for next highs. So you could potentially be looking at a push up, break those EMAs, then the next high target will be $1.24, and it's the same the other way. Okay, so if you was to lose this level here, you can see that it's basically a cascade. It'll just drop because there's a bit of a hole there. then you can see where the next really strong level of support, we do have that level of support there where we've got them bottoms, okay, but you can see where the next fundamental bottom is, the next solid bottom would be that level there, guys, okay, because there was a lot of trading volume there. So potentially you drop your ticker on there like that, and you could see that we could actually fall as far down as that, and you would find a really high level of support, okay, because we have tested this multiple times. But if we was to lose that bottom there, which is currently sat at $1.01 roughly, if you was to see Cardano break down, okay, and lose that, then I would expect that that level there is a really strong level of support for Cardano. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom out on the daily time frame here, guys. So you can see actually if Cardano was to lose that level of support now, okay, and we did see a big sell-off for Cardano, which is not necessarily going to happen. I'm just targeting the lower levels of support. You could see that that level down there is actually below this 55 EMA on the daily time frame, and if we was to fall down there, that is actually quite bearish, guys, okay. So it's just something to target in the channel. I don't think we're going down there. I do not think we're going down there. I think that this level here, if we was to fall out, I think that that is a very good level of support, because you can see it's acted as strong support numerous times there, okay. Failing that, if we was to fall out, then this is an absolute base. But I do believe that if we was to touch that base, then we would fundamentally be quite bearish moving forward for Cardano. But a 55 EMA retest is not off the cards here, guys. You know, you could see us fall down. You could see us fall down and come down to this 55 EMA and retest and bounce, okay. But at the moment we are getting that support. We're getting supported off this support line here, the late adopter support line. So it looks quite good. It looks quite good for continuation for Cardano. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do smash the like button, and hopefully we get the pickup we're looking for here and push through these EMAs, especially on the daily. Get that close above that yellow line there and bounce on and get to that high there, okay. Please do join the Telegram group there, guys. I'll catch you soon in another video.